When did you move here to the States, to New York?
I moved to New York at the end of 2009.
So 10 years.
Yeah.
Exactly 10 years.
Yeah.
How did you stay?
I was on a student visa. Mm-hmm. Then I had an OPT, the training visa.
Yeah.
Then I had the O1 visa.
I want to talk about O1 visa for a second. Can you explain what it is?
Well, it's an artist visa to show that you are an artist of extraordinary abilities.
So O standing stands for outstanding. What does O stand for?
I don't know.
Just a category.
O.J. Simpson? I don't know what it stands
Not
for.
O.J. Simpson. I don't think it's just for artists. Because I know,
I've only known it for artists, but I don't. Maybe other people have had it too. I don't.
I know a guy who's Indian.
Oh wow, the real one.
Yeah, the
India.
real one. You're the fake one.
Yeah.
You're like psych,
Well,
not
wannabe.
really Indian. He got an O1 visa for like some like tech stuff, like startup shit. I think he did a TED talk or something, and he was involved with some like 3D printing stuff.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so it's not just for artists, but for you, you got it by being an artist. And how does the whole process work?
Well, you hire a lawyer and you pay them a lot of money. And then they tell you to get a bunch of documents together. Most of it is horseshit, and saying you're going to get deal memos for people to employ you, which they won't. Because that doesn't really exist, really, unless you're getting a real job like as an engineer.
Yeah.
You have to go to the audition if you're going to get, it's just dumb. Letters of recommendation. There's like a pile of stuff,
But I think one of the myths that people, when they first heard about this visa, they think, oh, you have to be outstanding.
It helps.
They're thinking, no. They're thinking about like Oscar winning,
No,
winning.
just showing that you were getting work. And I got work in that first year. I got my first television credit on TV. I got my first commercial. I won these the Uncle Clyde's comedy competition, a few rounds. I used those posters. I won something in a small play festival. So, but really it was like the commercial and the TV show where it shows like.
So it doesn't have to be like crazily,
No.
You don't have to be a celebrity or something.
No, but sometimes you'll get that. Like somebody I knew, she got an O1 and she went back to where she was from in like South Africa, and the person she got was just like kind of a prick, and he was looking at the visa. He decided to look into it. He was like, you basically have to be Bono to have this visa. And he denied her.
Really?
Yeah, while when she wasn't even up for evaluation, he just went out of his way to cancel her visa.
Jeez.
And then she had to hire a lawyer, and she got it reinstated.
So do you think the lawyer will play a big part in the packaging thing?
Oh God, yeah, because they know the timing of it. It's more like they know the timing of it, of when it has to be in. They know what to say, what to hold back in case they ask for more evidence. It's all like a game of Tetris, and they just know the pieces. So
let's say when you are in school, then you got an OPT, right? That's 1 year for you because it's not STEM.
1 year.
Because STEM can get you like 28 months.
Oh wow,
It's pretty freaking sweet. If you study engineering or math or something. So you have 1 year OPT. Like, when did you need to start? What's the timeline for it? So you don't have to get a freak out of this country while you're waiting.
Timeline for what?
For if you want to stay here through a one visa, right? There's a process, right? Like, when did you need to get prepared, and how long would it take?
Well,
to
you're
process?
preparing from day one.
Day one of what?
As I have the OPT, you're already preparing for the O1.
O1. Because you got the OPT automatically, almost. You still have to apply for it, but it's a guarantee, basically. Yeah.
Basically, every single thing you do, you gather that information, you gather that evidence. You gather that evidence.
Yeah.
So you're always making those files, and you really don't submit it until something like 3 months before.
Yeah. But you gather it pretty much the moment you decided to go through this route. You need to be able to
make some things that are kind of bullshitty look better. You know what I mean? Get documented. People are getting the whole Voyage LA articles. Get one of those.
Yeah. Voyage.
Yeah. Do whatever it is you have to do, and because it takes a lot.
It's because sometimes it's not about are you really that outstanding. It's about
it's more just do you have any proven track?
How do you make people believe? How many credits do you have to back it up?
Right. Well, then they're hopefully going to understand that, you are still just starting. Though it's going to be relative, probably like a bell curve,
What do you mean?
Well, like if they're getting a bunch of submissions that have nothing,
Yeah.
and then you have 2 things, but all right, well, 2 things is better than all these nothings, like, and that's the height. And then somebody comes and has 4 things, like, okay, this
What
is
is
the
the
height.
approval rate of this kind of type of visa?
All I know is it's getting less and less every year.
Do you think the Trump administration is kind of affecting the approval?
No, I mean,
No?
maybe, but
Really?
it was going less and less every year, regardless of that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, maybe it doesn't help. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
So how long is the visa? How long will it last?
3 years.
And then what happened?
You get a bit of a grace period, and they just send you something to leave. You have to leave like in the next like 20
Do you
days.
renew it? Like, how do you?
Yeah, you're already starting to renew it like a year and a half. You're just always trying to get it, but the thing is, I got my green card at the end of my 01.
Oh, so how does that work? Like,
Well, that I was just sponsored through my sister,
oh, okay.
but it took her 7 years.
So how
from
did you?
when she
So I
sponsored
didn't
me.
know your sister. So how did she get here?
Oh, she came here for work. when
And she got
was-
an H-1B and everything.
Yeah, she did all that. Eventually got a green card and got citizenship.
And then she sponsored you. But
Yeah.
if it weren't for your sister, what
Yeah.
was your plan? And
I probably could have just married my girlfriend. Yeah, that wouldn't have been.
that's pretty freaking honest.
Or I could have even what's it called? I could have applied for. I knew people that applied for green cards and got it with less work than I have.
Okay.
So at this
You could
point,
just go with like what do you call
what
it?
I've
EB1?
Sorry,
EB1?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know, like it's type of a category for green card application.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
sure, whatever.
You would just go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, for people who are not in tech, this is amazing.
That's too much.
Yeah.
We can't have these around.
Yeah. Have you had it before?
Yes, I have.
It's really good.
I know.
The cappuccino flavor and the chocolate flavor, it's really freaking amazing. Yeah. Because the thing is, like, for people who are not STEM related, like science, technology, math and engineering majored,
Yeah.
it's really hard to freaking stay.
But it's even hard for like my 2 cousins were doctors, and even for them it was hard because they're from Canada trying to get work in the States.
The license don't translate?
It transfers, but then when it came time to get hired in an American hospital, the priority is to all the Americans. So one cousin didn't work for 3 years, one didn't work for 2.
How did it survive?
One worked telemarketing, one moved back home with his parents.
That's
With a
wow.
whole debt of like $500,000, keep in mind.
They go to medical school in Canada or here?
Here, that was the problem.
Oh,
But they're from there. So,
wow.
but eventually they both got work. But a lot of people don't. A lot of doctors don't. They're saddled with debt. Some of them commit suicide because you're saddled with it's like a death sentence.